Tonight, EastEnders Claire Bates makes an unforgettable return to the square. It's been 10 years since she left for Scotland with stepfather, the hapless Nigel. But Albert Square is in for a bit of a shock. She used to be such a sweet young girl.
Isn't she?
Oh, hello. It's a lady who lives here at home.
Yeah. Mum!
No, I don't.
Mummy!
No, I don't want your mum. It's the lady who. Hi, Debbie.
Hello, Nigel.
I was just but if it's not convenient now.
No, it's all right. Claire, go inside.
It's just that there's one or two things I think we ought to get straight.
Yeah. Claire, will you go in?
Okay, Mum, I'm going. Don't shout at me.
That was my
Such a sweetie.
That was my first day. That was my first ever episode as well.
And you were, what, 9 then?
Yes, yeah.
How much do you remember about that? Were you so scared?
I was petrified. I remember, though, because it was on location, and I remember because my dad took me on the back of his motorbike, and I had my crash helmet on, and we turned up to set, and, you know, had the location buses as they are. And, yeah, it was really, really nerve-wracking, but just loved it.
And then how many years were you in it?
6 years.
6, you were 14...
14, 15,
when
I left.
when you left.
Yeah.
So it's quite a while for a young girl.
Yeah, I sort of grew up. I mean, that was my training as such. I mean, quite a lot of people go through the drama school sort of thing. I was trained by EastEnders.
So you hadn't done any of that kind of drama at school, or
no, not at all.
Straight into EastEnders? Wow.
And then afterwards, when you left that, I mean, you really suddenly were back out in the cruel real world, weren't you?
That's right. Yeah, doing the sort of normal jobs, as you say.
So you worked at a bar?
Yeah, I ran a pub for 2 years. I was worked for my dad's electrical wholesaler, selling electrical products and things like that. And it's the family business, you see. And just at the end of the day, you have to pay your bills, don't you?
But did you know during that time that you always wanted to go back to acting?
I was always constantly doing auditions, always constantly doing things like that, and therefore that's why sort of the bar work helped with the shifts, and obviously then working for my dad, I was able to take time off and sort of pursue my career.
And then Claire, of course, in Hollyoaks, who was, well, people were shouting, "You nasty murdering witch," in the street at you, weren't
a bit worse than that, actually.
They were, yeah.
Which is that's a great role to have played.
It is, yeah, it is, and it's a fantastic compliment as well for people to be that convinced that I was, you know, that nasty.
Yeah.
That you know, it shows I'm doing a good job. So.
And is it true that your gran has said, "Oh, would you get something nice? Play a nice person. Why aren't you in Pride and Prejudice?"
She'll be watching this right now, and that's exactly what she said. She said to me, I really hope you can get a role in Pride and Prejudice where you could speak properly.
She wants to see you in a little bonnet.
Something nice, Gran. That's what she wants, isn't it? Something nice.
So anyway, back to you. Now Claire Bates has come back. So you went off to Scotland with your stepfather, and now you're back. So we saw this little sweet 9-year-old girl leave. And the Claire that comes back is a little bit different, isn't she? Tell us about Claire now.
Yeah, wearing slightly less, you know, sort of silver mini dress. She's a bit of a minx, yeah, a chancer,
and you literally kind of crash into the square tonight.
She gets thrown out of a moving car, literally. The car, well, it stops.
Oh, here we go.
I think
we can see some of that. Oh, here we go. Here you come. Whoa! Hello.
Or was that's not you arriving here this morning, was it? No. That's definitely...
No, yeah, this is EastEnders.
Good gracious. So she's she's turned into a man-eater, this.
Completely, yeah. The men of Albert Square better watch out, I tell you.
What's happened to her then?
She's, you know, she's... With Nigel being her stepfather, she hasn't seen him really in a few years, and I think she's sort of felt a bit left out. You know, Mum died. She hasn't got her real father around her, and just her stepfather, and I think that she's, you know, gone to uni and just sort of grown into this kind of minx that, well, will do most
things. A bit of a man-eater, I think, isn't she? And I think she's trying to get her claws... Well, it seems to be most of the men, actually, in EastEnders, from what I've read.
Yeah, I think that's her way of earning money, to be honest. You see what I mean? It's just sort of scamming the men, using her assets and getting her way.
Let's have a look at her in action. Here you go.
I took advantage of your ignorance, all right? It's out of order, I'm sorry.
Is that how you apologise to Stacey? Dot told me. That was mean of me. None of my business.
Yeah, you're right. It ain't none of your business.
Well, you can't help who you're attracted to, can you? And for what it's worth, if I hadn't known, I would let you take him anyway. It's the kids that suffer when parents split. It's not fair to use them as weapons. You had an affair. It's just sex, isn't it? It's not like anyone died. Tell you what, if I got married, I'd be awful. So unfaithful. Just as well I'm single, eh? See myself out.
You're gonna have such fun with that, aren't you?
That's the first time I've seen that. It's the first time I've seen anything I've done so far.
Yeah. Is that strange, kind of watching that now?
What was it like walking back in there? Because, of course, there would be people that you knew from before.
Yeah, I mean, Adam Woodyard has actually said that it's he's got to stop picturing me as a 9-year-old now because I'm an adult.
You've grown up, yeah.
Yeah, it is. And also, I mean, I was a fan of the show even in the, you know, in the times in between. So it's really strange for me to work with somebody like Jake, you know, plays Max, and sort of people that I've already established as characters themselves. I now have to establish them as real people.
And they all welcomed you back. They were
yeah,
nice to
they
you
have
back
done.
in again.
It's like going home.
Yeah.
It really is.
I think you end up staying with Dot.
That's
You?
true.
So that's
Yes.
going to be interesting because we saw, you know, the fantastic solo
Oh, it
episode
was
that she did.
brilliant, wasn't it?
You know, where she's talking about being alone and I'm on my own again, and then suddenly.
Claire is this gift from God, but not so holy, I don't think.
Mind you, Dot's very good at sorting people out, isn't she?
Yes, I think she's got her hands full here, though.
She's also renowned for having the baddies, isn't she? Really?
Yeah. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.
And it's lovely to see you back on the square as well.
Thank you very
Enjoy
much.
it.
Yes, look forward to it. Interesting stuff. Thank